because just like you can look up the IP address for your router if you know the name of it, if the SSID name of your router is Linksys, well, now the potential hacker knows the kind of router you have, and it becomes all the more easy for him to hack it. Sometimes you'll see people with funny little names like FBI surveillance or something along those lines on their routers. You can make it anything you want. I wouldn't make it, though, your name or anything that obviously connects it to your home. It's better to avoid that as well. Just a series of numbers is always a good idea. You want to make sure you turn on your firewall. There's different kinds of firewalls. You want to think of a firewall much the same as a firewall in an apartment building or a series of townhouses, which essentially works to keep the fire from getting through the wall from one location to another. A firewall on your computer and on your router, they work the same way. They try to keep data attacks from going into your computer or into your router, and you want to make sure both your router and your computer firewalls are turned on. You want to think about where your router is located. Now, most people just think about the location of the router for purposes of connecting to it throughout their house. But you also want to keep the router so that there's not too much leakage. And by leakage, I mean you don't want people who are driving, down the street to be able to easily connect to your router. Because one thing that hackers will do is they will drive down the street. They will look for unsecure routers. They will try to break into secure routers. So if you can make it so that it's pretty much impossible to connect to your router because it's not seeable when somebody's, say, 30 feet outside your house, that's a good idea. Now, you can't completely get rid of it. There's always going to be some ability outside your house. But if you can minimize it by positioning your router wisely, that's a good idea. You want to change the settings periodically. Most people, they got their setup a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago, and they haven't changed it. So you want to change the password from time to time. You also want to check with your provider and see if there's been an upgrade. A lot of the time, they won't bother to tell you that you can get a new router for free. That's far superior to the old router. If you've been with Verizon for 7 years and you've had the same router for 7 years, give it a call to Verizon and ask if they can provide you with a better router for no additional fee. It'll be faster, too. So not only will it be more secure, but it'll be faster. If you're traveling for a long time and you don't need to be able to connect to your house when you're away, so you're not using GoToMyPC or whatever to connect to your home, just turn off your router. You don't want to leave your house empty and people be able to sort of sit there trying to hack in when nobody's going to be paying attention.